Yeah, I just glanced at this beautiful passage just now before we came on here. And it's Jesus. He's just so lovely. He's just, sharing really as our friend, like an equal. Like he's going with us to God. This is what he says. He says like this, a little while and you will see me. For I am not hidden because you are hiding. I will awaken you as surely as I awakened myself, for I awoke for you. In my resurrection is your release. Our mission is to escape from crucifixion, not from redemption. Trust in my help, for I did not walk alone, and I will walk with you as our Father walked with me. Do you not know that I walked with him in peace? And does not that mean that peace goes with us on the journey? Does not that mean that peace goes with us on the journey? And he said it many times in the course, I take the journey with you. So he's saying like you and I, we walk in peace. Okay, we're diving right in and people are still coming in. Welcome. We're walking in peace together with Jesus. Like I was just sharing how Jesus speaks like really as our friend. He's walking by our side. And he's saying, we are going towards redemption. Our mission is to escape from crucifixion, not from redemption. That's an important line because there is so much fear of redemption. There's so much fear of the truth, which is kind of a crazy fear. How can we be fearful of the truth if truth is love? It's really funny. And yeah, he's talking in this is section, The Way to Remember God. It's from chapter 12, part 2. And he's talking about hiding in there. He's inviting us to come out of hiding. He says, remember what was said about the frightening perceptions of little children, which terrify them because they do not understand them. If they ask for enlightenment and accept it, their fears vanish. But if they hide their nightmares, they will keep them. It is easy to help an uncertain child, for he recognizes that he does not understand what his perceptions mean. Yet you believe that you do understand yours. Little child, you are hiding your head under the cover of the heavy blankets you have laid upon yourself. You are hiding your nightmares in the darkness of your own false certainty and refusing to open your eyes and look at them. Little child, you are hiding your head under the cover of the heavy blankets you have laid upon yourself. You're hiding your nightmares in the darkness of your own false certainty and refusing to open your eyes and look at them. Let us not save nightmares, for they are not fitting offerings for Christ. And so they are not fit gifts for you. Take off the covers and look at what you're afraid of. Only the anticipation will frighten you, for the reality of nothingness cannot be frightening. That's so beautiful. Look at what you're afraid of. Only the anticipation will frighten you, only what you expect to see. For the reality of nothingness cannot be frightening. Let us not delay this, for your dream of hatred will not leave you without help, and help is here. Learn to be quiet in the midst of turmoil, for quietness is the end of strife, and this is the journey to peace. Look straight at every image that rises to delay you, for the goal is inevitable because it is eternal. The goal of love is but your right, and it belongs to you, despite your dreams. You who have tried to banish love have not succeeded, but you who choose to banish fear must succeed. That's another good line. The Lord is with you, but you know it not. Yet your Redeemer liveth and abideth in you in the peace out of which he was created. Would you not exchange this awareness for the awareness of fear? When we have overcome fear, not by hiding it, not by minimizing it, and not by denying its full import in any way, this is what you will really see. You cannot lay aside the obstacles to real vision without looking upon them. For to lay aside means to judge against. If you will look, the Holy Spirit will judge, and he will judge truly. Yet he cannot shine away what you keep hidden, for you have not offered it to him, and he cannot take it from you. We're therefore embarking on an organized, well-structured, and carefully planned program aimed at learning how to offer the Holy Spirit everything you do not want. Wow, we are embarking on an organized, well-structured, and carefully planned program. Aimed at learning how to offer to the Holy Spirit everything you do not want. Everything you do not want. This is why we need to become so present with our minds every moment and see what we believe. The beliefs that don't serve us, and offer them to him. Offer what we don't want. He knows what to do with it. You do not understand how to use what he knows. Whatever is given him that is not of God is gone. Yet you must look at it yourself in perfect willingness, for otherwise his knowledge remains useless to you. Okay, I read that again. You must look at it yourself in perfect willingness, for otherwise his knowledge remains useless to you. Surely he will not fail to help you, since help is his only purpose. Do you not have greater reason for fearing the world as you perceive it than for looking at the cause of fear and letting it go forever? I have reason for that. I think we can all agree. Do you not have greater fear, greater reason for fearing the world as you perceive it than for looking at the cause of fear and letting it go forever? This is so clear. It feels like a huge open arms of light of Jesus is telling us as it is, as simply as it is. So let us join. Let us really join in this. So even here tonight, we can just come into this open, present state. Asking the Holy Spirit to show us the miracles that we are ready to receive. We can just right now just let go of any fear, worry, judgment, apprehension, anything superficial. And just open our minds to our present joining. Holy Spirit, we take your hand. We offer this session, we offer our minds. The highest good of the whole. The deep calling of the heart. For the healing, clarity, and love that you offer. Amen. And Jesus says, you're so close. I'm so close to you, we cannot fail. His presence is so real and so near. And if anyone has anything that you would like to bring up for healing, you're so welcome to share. I think it is so beautiful. Jesus is just talking about us as us, you know, us and him together. It's us. And he says the only thing we need to do is to look at the fear and not hide it. He doesn't say you shouldn't feel fear. He just says, don't hide it. Oh, helpful. Anna.
Hi. That was, first of all, I just have to say that was so beautiful. I've been going through some life changes that are going to be happening, and they've really been kind of shocking, actually, the direction that they're going to go. And I just asked, I said, Jesus, I just need a sign that I just need to know for sure that everything's okay, that this is okay, and everything is okay, and everything is okay. Like, I know it is, but I'm still practicing that, right? So you can give me a little bit of clarity. Had a really crazy morning so far of looking at things, and maybe you can shed some light on this. So for some reason in my mind, I feel like I have a pocket of desires and the thought of God over here. And it's almost like I'm, how can I explain it? Like I feel ashamed for any desires I've ever had. I've always ignored that part of me and just been a people pleaser. Like, it's bad to have desires, don't have any, just be a people pleaser. And obviously that didn't work out so good. So I'm just wondering if you can explain something between like desires and the thought of God. I don't know. There just seems to be, I'm kind of stuck on something there, and I'm not exactly sure if I'm ashamed of ever having had desires. And I'm so ashamed of it that I don't want God to see that I wanted anything other than him, or that I got distracted by other things other than him. Yeah, that's kind
So
of just
maybe, yeah, maybe you have hidden the desires. Maybe that's the hiding, the things you have hidden a bit. And maybe because, you know, this message, like, put the kingdom of heaven first and all else will be added unto you, you know, or this promise he gives in the course that all your needs will be met when you follow the Holy Spirit, you know. So it's kind of to trust it, but if you hide them and push them away and judge them, you probably don't allow them to be met.
And it's important to have them met, because for some reason I just feel ashamed of them. I don't even know what they are. They are very hidden, and I'm going to have to sit down and let the Holy Spirit help me out with that. But
yeah, it's important to not hide them. And when you unhide them, maybe you will see that some of them you don't need, because in in the unhiddenness, we'll just join with the Holy Spirit, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense to me, yeah.
It's more like to look at them in the open, maybe even talk about them, and then
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because what comes up, I'll just let it all out. So I had like, for some reason I get this thing where I don't want to take everybody's time up either. So I'm just gonna let that out. Like, don't talk too much. You're gonna take up everyone's time. So we'll try to be
I think
precise.
it's helpful when you get specific, then I think people can relate.
That's fair. Okay. So the first time I ever got in touch with an actual desire was I was standing on the steps in front of my house with my sister and my friend. And my kids had pretty much well, I blamed my kids and my family for my horrible, I was just done with my whole family, like done. Like my kids were just screaming at me. I'm screaming at them. Me and my husband had become so disconnected. We're about to move to the country where we're way more isolated. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to do any of that. And all of a sudden, what shoots out of my mouth is, I just want to have one of those dirty affairs, you know, where like you mail your lingerie and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's literally what ended up happening. That, like, the next day, that's what started, and that's what took me out of my family. So then right on the surface now is like an opening of our relationship. Like my relationship with Kevin is I have like this desire for more than just Kevin, like to see what it's like to have like a bigger relationship, like maybe 3 people or whatever, like open to however many, but then there's a fear, all the fear of conflict and fighting and all of that stuff like makes me super afraid. But it's just, yeah, like this expansion of a relationship to take it out of just like the 2-person relationship and turn it into like a 3-person or a 4-person or whatever, like it doesn't matter. So that's what I'd like to expose.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I'm just remembering you coming from Mormon culture.
Polygamy is totally okay.
Yeah, they're kind of into that. So maybe that is like some remnants from that way of thinking.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah.
But either way, there it is, out in the open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. I don't have many comments, do you?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's all about doing whatever you feel called to do without guilt. So it sounds like even in talking about it or thinking about it, there's already guilt up for you. So that this is where your healing is right now, is in healing the guilt that you're experiencing.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Whew, yeah, that gave me a big breath. Thank you.
Yeah. And maybe it's a call for healing, because I don't know how things are for you guys now, but I know there were times you shared that Kevin sometimes went outside the relationship, maybe more in secret. And
yes, he did, and that has stopped for about a year. We moved past that. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, okay. He committed to not doing that, and he hasn't done it for 13 months or so. Yeah. And he's had, actually, it was really healing for him to realize why he had those tendencies, so we really looked at that, like, why am I upset when you go outside the relationship, and what is it that's perpetuating you to go outside the relationship as well? So we've done, the communication in this house is high. Yeah, I don't put up with much less than that, because otherwise it makes me crazy. And then I have to second guess what everyone's thinking, and I've never liked that. I don't like that very much. Yeah.
Well, what I've discovered, Anna, is, to give all your desires to Spirit, and whatever is most helpful for your awakening will come your way,
Okay.
To rest in that, to be assured, and if it's going to help you wake up, it's going to be given. if it's going to delay your awakening, he's not going to give it to you. So
Yes.
you can trust that.
Yes, I do trust that, because even when, I'll tell you a funny story, just when me and Kevin got together, I don't know what happened to my poor mind. I was trying to overcome arrogance. I guess the thought of arrogance, like I'd been very depressed my whole life, and then arrogance and overcoming arrogance. And yeah, I wanted to get into some things, and Jesus was like, are you kidding me? Like, no. Like, that's a blanketed no. Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
And then it's probably easy to let it go when you get such a clear no. Then
Yes, it is. I was a little mad at him for half a second, but we got over it. We're fine. Yeah. Okay. So if it's given for the awakening, that's beautiful. Perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're
Oh, I
welcome.
feel
And
so much
blessings.
better. Yeah.
Blessings on this new direction that you're feeling is coming.
Yeah.
It feels really good. Yeah.
Thank you. That's perfect. Okay, so just to solidify, I just give all my desires to the Holy Spirit. First, I have to get in touch with them, and then I give them all over. And then if they're helpful for my awakening, they will come to fruition. And if they're not and they're going to delay it, it won't happen. And I can just trust in that. That's the end. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, it's beautiful. That's a lot of stress out of my head. Thank you. That's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does take the pressure off, just to give it over and then be led. Sometimes maybe we forget that. Make our own decisions, we stay in control. But this is a very good reminder. And it can be a bit like banging your head against the wall, when you try to make your own decisions, and it hurts. And you feel bruised up and alone. It's easier to let him decide. I just feel so grateful to the Holy Spirit. For the journey and for all the healing that is given to us. The opportunity to join. It's just amazing. You want to hear some more from this chapter? I can read until someone raises their hand. I'll start from the beginning, because I didn't do that before. So it's the way to remember God. This section is all about the way to remember God. Miracles are merely the translation of denial into truth. Miracles are the translation of denial into truth. If to love oneself is to heal oneself, those who are sick do not love themselves. Therefore, they are asking for the love that would heal them, but which they are denying to themselves. If they knew the truth about themselves, they could not be sick. The task of the miracle worker thus becomes to deny the denial of truth. The task of the miracle worker becomes to deny the denial of truth. The sick must heal themselves, for the truth is in them. Yet having obscured it, the light in another mind must shine into theirs, because that light is theirs. The light in them shines as brightly, regardless of the density of the fog that obscures it. If you give no power to the fog to obscure the light, it has none. For it has power only if the Son of God gives power to it. He must himself withdraw that power, remembering that all power is of God. You can remember this for all the sonship. Do not allow your brother not to remember, for his forgetfulness is yours. But your remembering is his, for God cannot be remembered alone. This is what you have forgotten. To perceive the healing of your brother as the healing of yourself is thus the way to remember God. For you forgot your brothers with him, and God's answer to your forgetting is but the way to remember. Perceive in sickness but another call for love, and offer your brother what he believes he cannot offer himself. Whatever the sickness, there is but one remedy. You will be made whole as you make whole. For to perceive in sickness the appeal for health is to recognize in hatred the call for love. And to give a brother what he really wants is to offer it unto yourself, for your Father wills you to know your brother as yourself. Answer his call for love, and yours is answered. Healing is the love of Christ for his Father and for himself. I love this. Recognize the light in your brother when he doesn't recognize it himself is healing. And that light is not our own light, it's their light. It's our brother's light already. I love this. If you give no power to the fog to obscure the light, it has none. So sickness is this fog in the mind, it's this cloud. But if you give no power to it, it has no power. And it will go away. And the way to do it is to remember that all power is of God. Because if you think that sickness is power or has some kind of power, then you've forgotten the power of love and the power of God, and that is the only power there is. It's a pretty simple teaching. You can remember this for all the sonship. Yeah. You can only remember it for all the sonship. There can be no exclusions here. I can read this again that I read. Remember what was said about the frightening perceptions of little children, which terrify them because they do not understand them. If they ask for enlightenment and accept it, their fears vanish. But if they hide their nightmares, they will keep them. It is easy to help an uncertain child, for he recognizes that he does not understand what his perception means. Yet you believe that you do understand yours. So this is like the only problem we have. We think we understand our perceptions because we judge. He says, you believe that you understand yours. Little child, you are hiding your head under the cover of the heavy blankets you have laid upon yourself. You're hiding your nightmares in the darkness of your own false certainty and refusing to open your eyes and look at them. You're hiding your nightmares in the darkness of your own false certainty. That certainty, the false certainty, must be a mask, must be a self-concept. Self-concepts seem to have a sort of a certainty. It says, I am this one, but it's a false certainty. Let us not save nightmares, for they are not fitting offerings for Christ, and so they are not fitting gifts for you. Take off the covers and look at what you're afraid of. Only the anticipation will frighten you, for the reality of nothingness cannot be frightening. Let us not delay this, for your dream of hatred will not leave you without help, and help is here. Learn to be quiet in the midst of turmoil, for quietness is the end of strife, and this is the journey to peace. The end of strife. That feels restful. Look straight at every image that rises to delay you, for the goal is inevitable because it is eternal. The goal of love is but your right, and it belongs to you despite your dreams. You still want what God wills, and no nightmare can defeat a child of God in his purpose. It's also a nice reminder. You still want what God wills. No nightmare can defeat a child of God in his purpose. For your purpose was given you by God, and you must accomplish it because it is his will. Awake and remember your purpose, for it is your will to do so. That's a nice request. Clear. direction. Do not let your hatred stand in the way of love. For nothing can withstand the love of Christ for his Father, or his Father's love for him. And here he must be talking about the second coming of the Christ, the truth dawning in our minds. He says, "A little while and you will see me, for I am not hidden because you are hiding." I will awaken you as surely as I awakened myself, for I awoke for you. In my resurrection is your release. Our mission is to escape from crucifixion and not from redemption. Trust in my help, for I did not walk alone, and I walk with you as our Father walked with me. Do you not know that I walked with him in peace? Does not that mean that peace goes with us on the journey? And in the next paragraph, it says, there is no fear in perfect love. We will but be making perfect to you what is already perfect in you. You will be made aware of what is already perfect in you. You do not fear the unknown, but the known. Wow. You do not fear the unknown, but the known. You will not fail in your mission, because I did not fail in mine. Give me but a little trust in the name of the complete trust I have in you. Give me but a little trust in the name of the complete trust I have in you. I think that's really, really, really beautiful. That we can do. We can remember to do it any time that we feel some doubt. We can give Jesus this little trust in the name of the complete trust he has in us. That can be worth it. There shouldn't be any doubt around that. And the next part of this line, and we will easily accomplish the goal of perfection together. We will easily accomplish the goal of perfection together. For perfection is and cannot be denied. To deny the denial of perfection is not so difficult as to deny truth. And what we can accomplish together will be believed when you see it as accomplished. So we need to deny the denial of perfection. Jesus says this is easier than to deny the truth. That's very good to know. because the denial of truth has been a big tension in the mind. Big strain of denying the truth all the time. Heavy, hard, lonely. And a lot of work, a lot of energy. And we've also already read the next paragraph. He says, you who choose to banish fear must succeed. You've tried to banish love, but you didn't succeed. But when you choose to banish fear, you must succeed. What a nice focus to have in the mind. To banish fear instead of love. Are we in this? Like, this we want to do, right? I feel this. Like he says somewhere else, like you have spent many days and nights celebrating death. And that is this trying to banish love, you know, this focus on the hardship. But it's the opposite. We can banish the fear. And then love is there. So this is what we read earlier. When we have overcome fear, not by hiding it, not by minimizing it, and not by denying its full importance in any way, full import in any way, this is what you will really see. You cannot lay aside the obstacles to real vision without looking upon them. For to lay aside means to judge against. If you will look, the Holy Spirit will judge, and he will judge truly. Yet he cannot shine away what you keep hidden, for you have not offered it to him, and he cannot take it from you. So in the looking is also the giving to the Holy Spirit. But when we keep it hidden, we lie to ourselves and we keep up some kind of mask, some kind of self-concept. But the only one we trick is ourselves. The whole world is reflecting it. But we are the one with the power to change. We're tricking ourselves when we do that. The joke's on me. You have heard that saying. That's what happens then. And we try to keep the mask. And then, yeah, it's powerful last paragraph again. We are therefore embarking on an organized, well-structured, and carefully planned program aimed at learning how to offer to the Holy Spirit everything you don't want. That's kind of good. It's already planned. It's organized and well-structured. It's not random. We're not left alone like a little boat on the ocean. We're in this program. That aims at learning how to offer to the Holy Spirit everything we don't want. Jesus is in charge of the program. he program. Calls it, I think that's what he calls the atonement, his plan of atonement. He knows what to do with it. He knows what to do with everything you don't want. You don't understand how to use what he knows. Whatever is given him that is not of God is gone. It will just disappear like just, I don't know, like this zapper that takes care of the bugs or something. It will disappear. It's gone. Whatever is given him that is not of God is gone. The moment that it is given to him. Yet you must look at it yourself in perfect willingness. Perfect willingness. For otherwise, his knowledge remains useless to you. Of course, because we protect something, then his knowledge cannot enter if we protect something. Surely he will not fail to help you, since help is his only purpose. Do you not have greater reason for fearing the world as you perceive it than for looking at the cause of fear and letting it go forever? We can give the Holy Spirit a little prayer to help us with that, to look at the cause of fear. He says it's more scary to look at the world as we perceive it than to look at the cause of fear and letting it go forever. And this, don't try to understand it intellectually, just give the willingness again. It says the perfect willingness. This will be maybe not understood, but experienced. And imagine how beautiful it is, because this powerful help is in your mind. It's in the part of your mind that is shared with all minds. It's in the true part of your mind. Spirit says that speaks to you now. The Spirit is, is speaking these true messages. I like listening to the Holy Spirit's messages. And sharing them. If anyone feels strongly you want to share, like maybe this, what has been hidden, and it may be what you don't want to share, because that's why it's been hidden. And you don't have to feel forced or anything, but if you feel like this could be helpful, you'd be so welcome. Or if there is something else you deal with. Yeah, Julie.
Thank you for the invitation again. I have something stuck, a belief, and I'm not sure that looking at it directly, or I don't know what I'm doing. And it's about scarcity and the belief in lack and the bank account empty and my salvation linked to it. And that's the belief. And there's attached to it so many colors as like unworthiness and like I see myself as a victim and as a good for nothing person. If I can't, so I keep giving over this thing, blob. It feels like a big gooey blob of something I can't go through. It's just so thick, and I'm scared, and that's it. So it's undefined, but it has tentacles that I can see, and I can say, okay, bank account, and okay, but it says something about me, and it's kind of unstuck. I feel stuck with that, and so thank you for offering to expose it. It's not comfortable to expose it, but it feels good at the same time.
Yeah. Thank you, Julie. I feel that's how it goes. You know, we come to this point of, I can't stand the lie anymore. I can't stand hiding this secret or this problem, this false problem, this form problem. Can't stand it anymore. And use the power of the mind, actually. You lift it up to spirit, and yeah. I think, you know, the spirit will give you step by step the answer. Thank you. Yeah. We can open the closet door where we have been hiding the big blob and let it out.
I really saw the closet, like if I open the door, like it's the it takes the room, like it's like I really see it in this imaginary blob. I don't know how to, and it's nothing at the same time, but it's anyways, yeah.
I love that we can do that. Yeah. And then ask too, is there something, Holy Spirit, is there a pattern? Is there something that you can help me see? There's something unresolved, uncommunicated, or, then, yeah, because these can be kind of tied to the issue as well.
Yeah. So thank you again. It feels good, actually.
Yeah.
You're stepping out of the shadows with it, and I just keep thinking how the parallels, with the story that you shared last time, the man cutting in line in front of you, and you couldn't find it in you to say no, even though you knew it was wrong. And then it kind of ate away at you. And then this story you're sharing tonight of a man you couldn't say no to, and then it's been eating away at you. But opening up about it is a key part of the healing.
Yeah. And the guilt of being screwed, being tricked. That, looking at that guilt, that like how stupid I was, or I don't know what kind of thoughts might be there. Yep. But to work through that guilt, to release that guilt, to forgive the past, this is going to be key.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like it's been a secret that you've been ashamed of, that you walked into this trap with this person.
Yeah.
But you're innocent. You've always done your best, and you keep doing your best, You're innocent.
Yeah, thank you.
So we can just join in the mind, like prayer of Holy Spirit, show me the next step in this process.
Okay.
It's not you in there now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. The belief in punishment is so harsh in the mind. The Holy Spirit doesn't punish us. Vanessa.
Yeah, it brings a lot of fear to expose But thank you, Julie, for start. Give me courage. Well, I'm in a situation with Jonas about food, and I see myself as a victim, because Jonas has some beliefs about food and some fears, and he doesn't like this some of kind of food, and I don't like the same food as he likes, and outside seems good, but there's something is not good, like people pleasing, or there's something not flowing. But I have many plans in my mind, like I want to hide food from him. And then I said, okay, if I cannot have this food, then when you go to work, I'm going to buy some food, and then I'm going to hide from you. And because whenever we talk about that, it's like the door hairs just open, then it's difficult to talk, and then a lot of anger come up, and it seems that there is no way out. Like the only way out is if I let it go. And then I asked the Holy Spirit for help. I said, okay, maybe I should let it go, but it's not true. I'm not there yet. I wish I could just, have no preference, but I don't even know what is it for, and then what is good for our healing. But I feel angry because, oh my gosh, why you cannot just be open and see what we should eat together, what is good for both of us. I feel I'm doing this alone. Like I feel this sense of injustice and alone. Like why has to be me the one who have to support your beliefs? Like and I have to eat this kind of food that I don't like. It's so boring. And I feel wrong because I have this wish, and it's so silly, like but it seems to be so big in my mind, like I'm deprived of to eat something. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, see if you can connect with right mind, with your right mind that can overlook the ego. Because I had this image of you being very light about it, saying, no, this is the food I'm guided to eat, so I'm going to eat it, even in front of you. If you want to eat together with me, you can be very light about it. I think it's become a very serious kind of matter, and that becomes very tough.
I keep thinking about the time Jonas said he was afraid you would go to the store and come home with 10 sausages.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's not true. It's not 10 sausages. It's not true. Sometimes I just like some bacon. And I like the taste, like butter with salt. It's like this. Oh my gosh, I'm not asking too much. I think chicken sometimes I'm not, but in his mind, like, you want to have chicken every day, meat every day. It's not true.
Yeah, so that lightness that is coming through, it's, I think that's the way through. Yeah. You're demonstrating lightness to him. If he gets very, very serious about what he eats, you're a demonstration of lightness, you know. Yeah. So to overlook is the answer. Overlook the ego, overlook the complications that the ego makes up. Because you're not here to be a people pleaser, to eat in hiding, you know, to eat when he's not there, or just to please, you know.
Yeah.
It's to go forth and say, this is what I need. I'm a miracle worker and I'm just gonna need some bacon. Or whatever it is.
Chicken nugget.
Yeah, and he just, John is so funny. He said, no, because yesterday it's some bacon, then I make some food with bacon 2 days ago. Then now he said he's really a good actor. He said, oh my gosh, now I'm feeling I'm gonna die. This kind of food. And then I start to think, Jonas, come on, but I still feel guilty, but I try to say, Jonas, come on, it's not possible just eat 2 bacons, now you're gonna die. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Vanessa. I heard some vegan, or maybe someone was against veganism or something. They said, you know how many nuts you're going to have to eat to kind of get the same amount of protein as if you eat a little bit of meat. So these are all form arguments, and I don't think even you need them, but just this lightness, this overlooking, can be very helpful. Yeah. Give Jonas a big hug from us.
And don't let yourself get too nuts about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Releasing guilt and unworthiness. That's what this is about. It's funny. Maybe I need to share this kind of funny thing going on in my mind. You know the expression about bad apples, like biting bad apples or getting bad apples. Like, I think I have joy around being here together with Barret and it's kind of like funny in my mind, but people say you had to bite many bad apples until you get the good one or something. And I feel like, way back, there were some bad apples, but I think, everything that has been on my path for awakening has been healing, for forgiveness. The relationships are not really bad. They are for healing, And I just felt called to share that. I think before my awakening started, I did bite a few bad apples, that were that tastes really bad or really painful, you know. But then during the healing and awakening, everything that comes to us is for our healing. Even sometimes difficulties in relationships, it's still not really bad apples. It's for healing. It's for forgiveness. It's for seeing something. It's for forgiving something. So, what it's worth. Well, maybe we say good night right here. Thanks for joining, everyone. Also allow him sweet dreams, sweet awakening dreams.